Hi everyone that's tuning in, I'm Eliamyth, and this isn't your usual playthrough of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Due to some events that occurred, I take some creative liberties halfway through this video. Stay tuned for that and give it a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Now let's get into it. So I just did the last time to the actual time of doing this. Oh, can you hear it? Oop. 10, what time is there now? 45? Oh, I wasn't trying to do that. I went too far. Okay. Last time they said put like your favorite number in, but I'm not gonna do it. Let's just see what happens. 10:45 a.m. Your favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 10:45 a.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 10:45 a.m.? Accurate. Confirm. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. Oh? Data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps we can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip up a couple new ones up. Should be ready for the next time you boot up the game. Huh. Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah, we know the plot of this.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is weirdly moving smoother than normal. Never mind. Wait, knock on wood. Going this way. I don't remember the passcode. What was it again?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
We're trying to make sure we don't glitch out too heavily right now, dude. Okay, narrator. Because I am recording when people are home, and I normally don't record when people are home, so now this is very interesting.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yeah, it's like We're going this way. Let's see if it glitches out on us again. So, how's everybody today? Mine's going well overall. Is it a garage sale? So that's cool. Trying to invest in a better mic and computer.
Deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
I want to know what happens next.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I want to know what happens in this one.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it,
Narrator.
the truth was that at the end of this hall,
I don't know how many endings
Stanley
I know
would
there's
meet his
I know there's multiple
death.
endings and then there's a true ending, but which one's the true ending?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Dromedo! Nope.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
This is where the game glitched out on me.
He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator,
That guy switches
as
narrators.
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
This is dead. This is where he glitched out. I think it's just because the graphics. Oh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game,
Whoa.
back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
A way to break the cycle, maybe? But we'll see. Is it? Oh, what's that? You're new.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That was one of those philosophical things. Filing cabinets, that seems important. Solitaire, wait, oh, me here. Interesting. It's a museum of some sort. Like number 1. Keyboard strokes, okay. The office. And the technical Kevin Brighting as the narrator. Where do we go now? This is like a whole museum of stuff.
Green door.
Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice and narrator, reported
Where
that.
were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know how about Stanley. They're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible to you? To end this injustice forever. And finally, he pushed the number 9.
What? That's crazy. Actually, I like how they
Stanley
play.
pushed the big red button.
What's your button? That's crazy. Freedom ending. Where's this to go?
Oh,
Hello.
look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Ooh, what's us? Who's talking to this? Is there like 2 narrators now?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Who?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to...
Oh.
beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
Who's-
Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Don't choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Well. Now restart, right? No narrator?
All of his co-workers were gone. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
What achievement?
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I'm just pressing it to see what happens. Yeah, it ain't happening. Okay, well, I guess we're going forward. Well, I guess we're trying for a different ending now. Let's see. Can't remember which way do we go.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Why?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Oh, cool.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Ooh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Is that the
This
other
is
here?
it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Ooh.
She's been waiting.
What are they talking about? I'm just confused.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Maybe.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You
grabbed-
actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Well, it seemed interesting.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day.
This is not
Stanley
reading.
picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Oh, that'd be a
Music
happy
comes
ending.
in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
Does that mean we're
How
sitting?
is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything.
Oh.
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
What did you
How
do?
had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
What?
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long.
I know.
If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person.
Oh,
But if
no.
used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a
Why?
machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make
What's
life
going on?
better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read.
Wrong
Which
choice.
choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational
There's an
logic.
actual line of thinking.
If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the
Well, that's
person to
technically
finish
wrong,
their
but that is a
thought,
philosophy
then provide an
thing.
excuse why you
Actually,
cannot
remember, because I've
continue
been studying
talking.
that for years.
Turn
So
to a
dumb.
partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
Stanley, I
And
make the choice to
finally,
report today.
if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
I wasn't expecting
At
this
this
choice.
time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Are we going back to the beginning area? Oh, we can't go back that way.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Oh my God,
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
Jump.
Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
What do you mean? It has penalty gonna be jumping off. Penalty for misuse versus penalty for jumping off. How are you gonna pay the penalty for jumping off? Oh, card. Do you have a card? Oh, hey, he's gonna make you go back all the way, isn't he? Narrator, you just got quiet.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Thanks on my computer baking. But like, I want to play the game, so it's like, that's the hard part.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Window. You go backwards? Let's see, we go this way. You gonna say nothing?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Interesting. So we're gonna change the link. Okay, we're gonna go left now, I guess. guess we're on this way. Let's see.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
Okay.
What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now.
Get anywhere.
And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Whoa. Oh, that thing's pretty cool. Oh. Starships from massive world.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With
Hey.
you.
Oh, they call me her.
Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
No.
Oh, my story.
Well, a good story always has some
If
flaws.
you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Does it just repeat?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Does that help now?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is it allowed to go downstairs? We can't explore anything now. I just bring us straight to them. Oh, this is different now.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Why is it green now?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Are we speak it?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Right here.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Oh, I can't, technically. It's a game.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door.
Ultra
Are
Deluxe.
you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Oh no.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Are you okay, narrator?
So, you hear me? Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
No.
It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
I'll just end it already.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
It's gonna take forever, isn't it? Alright, are we still surviving?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
I think it's another
What
ending.
if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
The clock's
But
literally
the
right
one
there.
thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh, we got another ending? My guess is we're going somewhere around. Oh, wait.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. Do you know what it means? Oh no. Hey! It's a roller coaster.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
We're getting history
As
lesson
you
now.
may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013
I did not watch
on
any of
home
it before I
computers.
played it.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra
I actually remember
Deluxe,
some of the game
a
story, or not the
reimagining of
game
for
actual
consoles
story.
and home computers.
I never played it, but I remember
The
it got
Stanley
popular.
Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands
Animation
the
looks
world
pretty
of the
decent,
Stanley
actually,
Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Same here. If there's any.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm
Says
sure
downwards.
it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing
It's
adventure.
gonna go downwards all of a sudden, isn't it?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally,
Upwards.
at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
The jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
You jump now? Wait, we're supposed to use it all? Yeah, let's see. 21, 27, 26, 25, 24, 22, 21, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Nothing. I hope I don't need to get anywhere.
Is that it?
Seems like
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell,
Yeah,
I
because
could
they add
count
word
to
every
30
year.
trillion.
Or words
You could
every
put that
year.
on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content, and oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
No, we can't jump anymore. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I feel like we should have to go back there, though. We're missing something. We will not jump this time. Are we back here? Where am I even at? I don't even know where I'm at.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
What? What's that? Is somebody living in the vents? We die. So that's the end of the game, guys. What's next? Is it gonna render it? Let's see. My game is hot. It is hot.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What's back here, narrator? It's a door. And I froze. Now, this is a story about how the graphics of this door, and I like to take a minute, just watch right there, and I'll tell you how I became the narrator of the end. So, hello everyone that's tuning in from the future, or I guess you're present. And due to some complications on rendering and a horrible stutter on my computer, I will be narrating this ending over Markiplier footage. Never mind, can't afford that. So, I'll be grabbing some of my footage and voicing over it. I did try to go back, but you can only get this ending once, which I found out after trying it. Please excuse my not great imitation of the narrator. So here I go. This ending is called the skip button ending. Dramatic pause here. Wasn't supposed to say that. Never mind. So Stanley walks through the door to the memory zone, which looks a lot like the Freedom ending. A museum filled with references from the original game that I don't get, because I didn't play it. Why didn't I play it? It came out in 2013. I believe I was still in elementary. Well, that explains it. We go through the museum and eventually reach the narrator's main goal, the positive reviews of the original game. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I ever been confronted with in a game, courtesy of GameSpot. The narrator horribly dislikes the remake and wants to relive the past, but they're in for a rude awakening when they find the other part of the memory zone. It's filled with bad reviews from Steam, like this one. Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to its full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny. The narrator discusses with this and they encounter more. For someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. The narrator becomes self-conscious about their dialogue and try to fix the issue. They create a building that holds a skip button. Da-da-da. This is where the original video will continue.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered.
I didn't play the original
game. No more
game.
listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you.
Back.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto.
You done?
Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review.
Well, wouldn't
or
be
at
done to
least
the
change
original
some
game?
of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
Yeah.
Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated,
yes,
and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yes, there was.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could say slap? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it.
So what are we
and I
supposed to
have
do?
to believe. I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
Tree.
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because...
It seems like we can't. We have to just keep going.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
Okay. Narrator. Oh. How is he gonna do that long?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review.
Are we jumping between time now, or is it like...
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Read it yet? How do we leave? It's a little bit creepy, not gonna lie. Is Narrator dead? Or just dead? Or just dead? I was expecting this philosophical right now. Oh, that's down. It's opening. Lonely roads take me home to the place that I belong. Do, 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 do. The desert stretches on and on until we finally begin the next restart without the narrator. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.